Welcome my dear friend. In earlier video we start topic number 4, environmental management, and completed ecosystem, relation between environment and ecosystem, and the environmental conservation, right? And then need of environmental conservation. Environmental conservations, our social responsibility. Let's see, because when human being develop on earth, from that time there is a interrelationship between the human and environment. On the earth, human is a superior than the other organisms because he has a well developed brain, because of intelligence, then because of his memory, and because of his imaginary ability. Human is becomes superior than the other animals, and that's why human established domination on the natures. And because of that reasons, the natural resources which are present on earth, from them most of the part is utilized by the human only. Because of our satisfactory life to comfortable life, human continuously snatch the present natural resources. So we have to understand our role in maintaining the environment, because the environment balance is very important. Environment balance is very important. If it is disturbs, then first of all it affects on the human life only, and that's why human itself only can conserve, and only one organism is conserve and maintain or improve the quality of natures. So it is our responsibility to maintain or conserve the environment. There are general publics, they are also doing their activity, but that activities are harmful to the environments, and thereby their unknowing many activities are happens. Means in a villages people use wood as a fuel, but while that they destroy the forest because they unknown about these activities, how it will be harmful. And so it is important, or it is necessary to take responsibility of conservation. So there is a, by making laws, Forest Conservation Act 1980, then the Environmental Conservation Act 1986, as well as the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. There are different laws. Then Sound Pollution Rule 2000, Biomedical Waste Rule 1998, E-Waste Rule 2011. By making laws, Government of India start to conserve the forest or the nature. There are some people also who are play very important role in the conservations. We know that the Jadhav Molai Peng, he was born in 1963 in the Assam, in a nomadic tribe of Assam. He start his working from 16 years as a forest worker. At that time, in 1979, the Brahmaputra river has flowing above the danger level. That is because the flood. Flood is there to the Brahmaputra river, and in that flood, the large number of the snakes were died. And that time, the Molai planted 20 bamboos plantlets to protect that snakes. in that flood, there is no any plants for protect that snakes. So there, as a preventive measures, Molai planted 20 plants. Okay, later on, the Department of Forest also start the afforestation project on a 200 hectares of land, and Molai was one of the persons who was working in this project. He continuously planted the trees at the barren areas, so the forest will be cover about 1360 acres area. The jungle Kokila Mukh of just Jorhat district of Assam is the result of hard work of Jadam Molai for his 30 years, and for his work, government was awarded him a Padma Shri. Okay, now this Kokila Mukh jungle now known by the name of his Molai jungle. So many people come together to destroy the forest, but a single person, if determined, can establish a new forest. Okay, so here even the single person can be work hard for improve the or for determine the new forest. That means we have to responsible for destroying. Then it's also important to take responsibility to establish a forest. Okay, Jadam Molai paying show how can we work to determine to establish the new forest. Okay, environmental conservation is very important in our daily life, because the biodiversity is also get distracted. Most harmful effect of environmental pollutions occurs on the living organisms. Most of the living organisms are get affected by these environmental pollutions. um, our world had been had been richly diverse. There is a rich in diversity in living organisms. There are variety of plants and animals are present throughout the world. We are not able to see some, but out of them some species nowadays we are unable to see, because those species are destroyed from the natures. We heard only about that such a plants or species from our earlier generation. Why those plants are destroyed, where these species are destroyed, where these species are gone, it is because of human activities. There is a diversity, there is a biodiversity can be seen in a animal species also. There are varieties of organisms, can be some organisms, ecosystem, and genetic variation can be seen. It occurs, diverse biodiversity occurs at a various levels. First is the at a genetic level we can see the variation, that is the genetic diversity. Genetic level means same space in a same species, because of because of genes, the variations is observed. That is called as genetic diversity. Human being is every human being is different from the other one, so that is called, it is because of the genetic diversity. But wiping out of the species arise if there is a decrease in the diversity within the species. But sometime the diversity will be get decreases whose members are involved in a sexual reproduction. Generally genetic diversity is because of the sexual reproduction, but sometime what happens, due to these reasons the genetic diversity also get decreases. Okay, and that's why the main problems or many problems will be arise. Genetic diversity, it is a one more point responsible for the biodiversity. Then second one is the species diversity. There are innumerable species are found in nature. Plant species are there, animal species are there, microorganisms, various species are there. So that is called as a species diversities. It includes various plants, animals, and also microorganism. And the third one is ecosystem diversity. In ecosystem diversity, it is formed because this ecosystem, well, ecosystem means the interaction between plants, animals, and the habitat and ecosystem and the changes in the environment. The relation between plant and animals and habitat and the environment, that is togetherly called as ecosystems. Each ecosystem has a specific characteristics or relation between plant and animals. Means every ecosystem there is different type of the animals or different type of plants are present. That's why they are also different from each other. So there that ecosystem is called the diversity. Ecosystem diversity. There are man-made and the natural ecosystems are seen, which can be shows the difference in among them. Means due to genetic diversity, sometimes loss is also take place, or because of that the environment is developed. So we need to conserve the environment. In conservation methods, the sacred grooves sacred groves play very important role. What do you mean by sacred groves? Sacred groves means in India or some area, the forests, some forests are conserved on name of God. On name of God. Such forests are called as a sacred groves. Some sanctuaries conserved by the societies or by the government of department of government or forest department of government, but the forests or the sacred groves which are conserved on the name of God has a special protection. Than the sanctuary, it has special protection. There most of the sacred groves are found in the western ghats of India. There are about 1,000 13,000 sacred groves are present in India, uh, in Maharashtra, or throughout the India. There are nearly 13,000 sacred groves are present. In a conservation, sacred groves play important role, as well as in a forest to conserve. Some symbols are also used, which shows what should we do. These symbols show that do not throw garbage anywhere, keep it in a dustbin only. Okay, this symbol indicate use green energy. Use green energy means we do not affect the environments, we do not cause the environment. Then this cycle symbol shows that save the petrol or the oil, and this means indicate that save water. Okay, government of India try to conserve the areas or the forest areas by various activities. There are some rules are also established by government to conserve the forest or environment. Many people are also working for conservation of forest. There are some voluntary or some international organizations are there who work to conserve the forest. In your textbook, some voluntary organizations names are given. There are 8 different voluntary organizations are there, as well as international environment organizations. 6 types of the organizations are there who try to conserve the forest by their actions. In environment, What is my role? How can I use protect this forest? First of all, we have to control on ourselves by preventing harm, stopping the harmful activities, or changing the mindset. Our mindset should be changed. So by that actions, by controlling, we can prevent the environment. Then productions, harm factors of environment, revival of harm factors or revival, attempting the innovations. We have to do not produce such a product which is harm to the environment, or we innovate the some new methods or the new technology, so that is beneficial to the environment. Aware people by education, by guidance, awareness, imitations, organization or the participation. Then prevention method, we can also help for environment. Possible harms can be prevented. Designing new plans for which harms to the environments. Then factors harmful to the environments can be get prevented by us. By preservations also we can help the environments, that whatever we left over, preserve them. Remedies to prevent the further loss, and preserving the unknown regions by preserving also. And the last one is by conservations. Available resources should be conserved properly for the further use only. Okay, so that is my role, important role in environment conservation. We have to act by this way. In nature, there are some hotspots are there. Hotspots in a biodiversity. Hotspot means some species which are living in a specific areas are nowadays get on decreasing, or destroying, or disturbing. So we need to save them. Such areas are called as the hotspots. There are 34 highly sensitive biodiversity are present throughout the world. Huh? असे 34 sensitive biodiversity. Okay. And त्यांचा area, total area is covered by the 15.7%. Okay. At present, the 86% of sensitive areas are already destroyed. At present, from that sensitive area, total 86% area is totally destroyed, and presently 2.3 areas of the earth was left over. Generally 15.7 area of the earth was there, but nowadays only 2.3% area is remaining on the earth as a sensitive spots, which includes 1,50,000 different type of the species, which are just 50% of the world count. Just 50%. Okay. In India, there are 135 species of animals are considered as hotspots. 85 species are found in the jungles of eastern Ghats, eastern regions, and 1,500 endemic plant species are also found in this western Ghats. 85 species of animals and the 1,500 endemic plant species are found in the western Ghats. Out of them, those, the 50,000 are endemic. 50,000 species are the endemic. So we have to save that hotspots for our further use. In India, there are 3 endangered heritage places are there. India with 3 heritage places: a Western Ghats, then Manas Sanctuary, and then Sundarban Sanctuary of West Bengal. Western Ghats कुठे येतो? Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. Okay, it is important for the habitats of Asiatic lion. Western Ghat is the heritage for the Asiatic lion and the wild bison. Then the second is the Manas Sanctuary of Assam. It is important for the tiger and rhino. It is for tiger and rhino. And the Sundarban Sanctuary of West Bengal is reserved for the tigers. These hotspots are reserved for specific type of the animals. Okay, there are some endangered species are there. Those endangered species are classified into as threatened species are there all over the world. They are now destroyed. One is a first, they are classified as endangered species. Which are the endangered species? See, number of organisms are now declined. Their number is declined, or or habitat is strong. or habitat is shrub. Hmm? So due to that reason, they are now become totally extinct. Such species are called the endangered species. Which are the endangered species? Lion, tailed monkey, or laser florican are called as the endangered species. The second type of species are rare species. Those species are now they decline, complete decline. So their number of population is very less. Hmm? This species being endemic because of the extinct fast. Red panda or musk deer are extinct fast. Then third one is a vulnerable species. Vulnerable species means extremely less. They are now throughout the world. They are extremely less in their population, and they continuously decline and continuously declined. Regularly कमी होतात. Tiger, lion are also vulnerable species. And the fourth type is a indeterminate species. Here they are endangered, but because of the behavioral habitat, there is no definite and sustainable information. They cannot be come in front because their shyness, so their number is not confirmed. That species are indeterminate species. Giant squirrel, in Indian language called shekru, is the one of the species which is called the indeterminate because the giant squirrel cannot become in front of the human being. So to by this way we can come to know that the animals nowadays are goes on decreasing, and that is why to get aware about these problems, the 22nd May was celebrated as a World Biodiversity Day, so that people should be aware about the environment and the organisms. Okay, here the topic number 4 is completed. You have to solve the exercise from this topic. Thank you.